Hey, what's up everyone? It is the one and only Tiana here from the likes of the Maxi Toys videos. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our new Let's Play for the channel. And this time around, we're actually going to be playing our first ever Pokemon Let's Play we're going to be doing for our channel. That's what appears to be Pokemon Snap for the Nintendo 64. And this game first came out in 1999 in Japan and North America, but it wasn't until in Europe and I believe in Australia as well that basically that game will be released until in the 2000s. So because of that though, yeah, I'm really looking forward to able to doing this Let's Play for you guys, because not only this is our first time we're ever going to be doing a Pokemon Let's Play for our channel, mind you, that I'll get into more details about the forms of the actual you know, some certain stuff later, but also is the fact that you notice about the fact that the new Pokemon Snap for the Nintendo Switch is going to be on its way until about a month or so. So even then though, it's going to be releasing until the 30th of April, which I'm really looking forward to it though, because it has been 20 years since when this game first came out on the Nintendo 64, or somewhat more than that. Clearly it's because of the Japanese and North Americans release. So either way though, yeah, let's get this thing to it. And before we get this thing started though, we need to double check on these options. So just in case we can able to check to see what's anything else by default, which I think we are good to go for the most part. So either way though, yeah, let's just return back to the title screen and well, dive right in. So because of that though, and as you can tell from the actual quality standpoint, if you couldn't tell from the opening cutscene and stuff like that, that you've noticed there aren't any slowdowns here and there. This is clearly because I'm going to be playing on the Wii Virtual Console version. So because of that though, god, it's been years since I actually did manage to last purchase this on the Wii Virtual Console re-release. Despite the fact that, well, there's also the Wii U Virtual Console version here and there as well. So there's another alternative if you can able to do that. So either way though, let's go ahead and type our name. Even though I was originally going to type in my name, but of course if you ever seen the anime of Pokemon, that his name was Todd Snap. However though, unfortunately though, for the name entry screen, that I believe you can only enter in 7 letters. So yeah, I was able to actually just put in just Todd for now. So because of that though, yeah, let's get this thing started with Pokemon Snap. But first things first though, hello there Todd, I'm Oak, the Pokemon Professor. The reason why I invited you here is this Pokemon report. I'd like for you to take pictures of Pokemon for the Pokemon report. Here on Pokemon Island, wild Pokemon can be found everywhere. Okay then. This is my new invention, the 01 vehicle. You can take this on your trip. That'll be a pretty fun ride as far as I'm aware. The 01 vehicle constantly moves toward the goal gate. Okay then. Would you like to repeat this information? No. I think I'll be good to go for this point. So, yeah, Professor Oak is going to tell us is the fact that we need to hit on to the forms of the very first environment, or the first area in the whole entire game. But of course, before we get into this though, yeah, let's just go ahead and save our game quickly, so just in case that, well, I'll point it out whenever we get into the forms of the actual recording attempts for the sake of this Let's Play, because originally we weren't going to be able to do this as in the forms of the 2nd of March, but then again, I'll discuss more about that as soon as we dive right in. So, yeah, let's go to course. And at the moment, as we said, that obviously we can only go to the beach from now on. So, yeah. What a sunny beach. It looks great. I should get some awesome shots there. And as a result, we can able to actually just, well, take some pictures of certain Pokemon. Mind you, though, is the fact that this game came out in 1999, obviously. So the majority of the Pokemon is going to be most likely for Generation 1. So because of that, though, no Generation 2, no Generation 3, and none of those other generations like 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8. But it wasn't until when new Pokemon Snap is about to come out for the Nintendo Switch, then obviously we'll get Generation 1 Pokemon and Generation 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8 generations of Pokemons. So, yeah, there's something maybe able to looking forward to. So, yeah, anyway. So yeah, this is the gameplay for Pokemon Snap. Obviously, you're going to be able to have a ride on the forms of that specific, you know, 0-1 vehicle, and then basically we go onto a linear track. And because of that, though, rather than just shooting some of these bad guys or anything else like that, because instead we're actually going to be taking pictures of certain Pokemon, ranging from the forms of Butterfrees, for instance, and also there's actually forms of PGs, and also Diduo, and also Pikachu, Meowth, and etc, etc. So because of that, though, yeah, that's all I can say about it. Oh, by the way, every time you start the level, that you always starts off with like 60 shots, and then if you manage to able to use all 60 shots, then obviously the level itself will be finished by then. So because of that, though, I probably need to take it easy when it comes to able to take certain pictures and stuff. Although the reason why we do need to able to take certain pictures until later on, though, is because, well, as far as you can clearly tell, is the fact that it's almost like an on-rails kind of first-person kind of shooting kind of thing, but rather than just killing things, because obviously we're gonna take some pictures, because obviously that we need to perform a best photographer for able to actually get ourselves some good results, and especially noticeable with the forms of getting some, well, all kinds of Pokemon. However, though, for the sake of this game in particular, there was only like 63 types of Pokemon as opposed to 151 Pokemon from Generation 1. So there was no Mewtwo, sadly, and there was no Raichu, or even especially noticeable with any kind of Pokemon I can't even remember. Because let me tell you right from the start, though, is that I'm not a massive Pokemon fanatic. Well, I usually been okay when it comes to being like a Pokemon newbie, mainly with the forms of I enjoy the anime, and also still applies to those certain spin-off games, most notably with obviously Pokemon Snap, and also Pokemon Puzzle League, and even especially noticeable with the Pokepark Wii duology games on the Wii, despite the fact that those two games have their mixed reception. So because of that, though, yeah, that's what I can say about it. Oh yeah, something worth mentioning for this point is the fact that, obviously, it's the fact that this is a good reason why we're going to be able to doing this Let's Play, because obviously, if you guys can clearly tell, and I'm presuming that Sonic has already slightly mentioned about this earlier, about the fact that, well, obviously, the Pokemon Presents has already been happened for about almost like 2 weeks ago, and because of that, though, they actually announced quite a number of announcements in regards of the forms of Pokemon's of the Pokemon 25th anniversary, like obviously the new trailer for new Pokemon Snap, and just managed to showcase off some of those new features, like the online stuff, as well as the forms of, well, some new environments you can able to go through. And seriously, I'm really looking forward to new Pokemon Snap, because I'm a big fan of this particular game. So well, it might not be everyone else's cup of tea, mind you, but regardless of anything else, though, I actually really enjoyed this game, especially back in the day that was. So either way, though, yeah, we'll get into the forms of another discussions until later, because as you can see, we now ended up in the forms of the camera check, and because of that, though, you can bet on the forms of only one photo at a time for each Pokemon. So for instance, there's that Butterfree right there, even though I was gonna able to choose a different one, but you only have to bet on only one of them. So because of that, though, yeah, that pretty much sums it up. And since I actually did manage to choose, I would say 9 pictures or something, although I may be wrong, or maybe 7, I don't know. But then again, you know, it has been donkeys years since I actually last played this, so anyway, so when you're able to bet on those pictures of certain Pokemon, then Professor Oak will able to give us the tally results to see if how the fact that the picture itself is actually top-notch and good. Like, for instance, the size, pose, and technique. Now, size is all about is just the forms of, well, how big the picture can be. And then pose, it really depending on the forms of certain Pokemons can do all kinds of posing animations and all that stuff. And then as for technique, you always have to make sure is that you have to let the Pokemon get directly centered at the camera. Like for instance, I've got my Meowth right here. So in this case, the pose is really good. the size is good as well, and the pose is pretty good. And then when Meowth is actually on the center of the picture, then you actually get yourselves double the amount of points as you can go through. So definitely recommend you're able to do that, but there are a few exceptions though, mainly with like Lapras, for instance, as well as this Kangaskang, which I do apologize for the mispronunciation with these kinds of names, obviously, so I do apologize for that. So anyway, oh, okay, so we got 8 types of Pokemon, so yeah, that seems pretty cool and top-notch. I saw the pictures taken by Todd. I saved those pictures in the Pokemon report. I'll help you out once you have more Pokemon pictures. Good luck, Todd. Oh, I have arranged it so that you can see the Pokemon report. So now we can able to select the Pokemon reports, which basically, if you double check in here, then you're actually able to see some tally scores of certain Pokemon pictures you took. Even though the lowest one of the bunch though is obviously Lapras, and the best result so far is Meowth, which speaking of Meowth, basically that you can also double check on the best shot mode, and basically it actually tells you which specific Pokemon picture got the perfect shot so far. So like for instance Meowth right here, and yeah, that's all I can say about the Pokemon report. Of course, some things might change a bit if depending on what the next few levels we're about to be entering into. Speaking of the next few levels though, is the fact that here we go on to the next course, which is the tunnel. So there used to be a power plant in this long dark tunnel. I can't wait to check it out. So even Enno will go ahead in there right now. Now of course, not only does it usually contain like multiple Pokemon able to take pictures of, there are a few rare occasions where we're able to come across into, well, there are some levels usually contains like 1 exit, but there's going to be some worlds that usually contains not only 1 exit, but 2 exits. Like, for instance, that's, well, we'll point it out whenever we get to the very end of this particular tunnel stage, as you can tell. So because of that though, yeah, the reason why we're going to be able to actually just to realize about something that I mentioned this before, that originally I was going to be able to actually do this particular Let's Play during the course of the 2nd of March in Journey Forms of 2021. There are a few unfortunate news to tell you for those of you able to miss it. So, first of all, I forgot to save my game after I done 2 parts of my previous attempts for, you know, the Pokemon Snap Let's Play, and as a result, that I have managed able to completely done those videos, and then I'll be ready to go, but I forgot to save my game. But thankfully, every now and then, I can at least manage to able to try that again, and thankfully I did manage to save my game. So even then though, hopefully, by the end of each and every single videos, I will promise I will able to actually save my progress without even completely forgotten about it. So because of that though, I do apologize for that. And also another thing as well is the fact that during the past few days, I've been quite ill during the past few days or so. Mainly it's because, first of all, I managed to feel kind of wobbly all of a sudden. And second of all, is that good news about this though, is the fact that basically recently I got myself my COVID vaccine recently, the first one out of the 2, and yeah, I'm quite at ease about that, despite the fact that it does have some weird side effects to it. But hopefully though, that this year will be a lot better than the forms of that terrible last year was, which we've already pointed out ever since then. So because of that though, although it does have some good highlights in 2020, like the Sonic movie, and also My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, you know, the 10th anniversary and stuff like that. Oh, speaking of My Little Pony actually, I don't suppose that Sonic has already mentioned about this already, ever since in well, you know, Super Mario 64 DS Let's Play that he was currently working on, and excuse me, I'm really sorry about this point, folks. Oh yeah, by the way, we can't able to take pictures of these little Magtrons right here, and oh yeah, there's that little electrode right here, which we'll point it out whenever we're able to finish up the tunnel level. Sometimes certain levels might take a bit while to finish, most notably because the 0-1 vehicle might take a bit slower, but the more you're able to actually rank up more points to Pokemon reports, then basically you would be able to actually get yourself some useful items, which we'll point it out whenever we're able to, you know, finish up the first run in the tunnel level. So because of that though, we've managed to go to the normal gold gate right there. Okay, something's worth mentioning is the fact that I'm presuming in the American version of Pokemon Snap that usually the gold gates are designed for that specific I would say the hologram or something like that, or the actual the gold gates message usually changes. Like in the American version it just says like go back to the lab and stuff like that, whilst for whatever reason in the European version doesn't seem to able to, well, have that. And also during the forms of the actual Photoshop mode, well, to be more specifically the camera check as well as Professor Oak's check specific menus and stuff like that, usually the color scheme between the European and the American versions is actually changed up. Mainly with like it's all black and all that stuff in the American version, but in the forms of the European version that the camera check mode is actually in, well, for the logo anyway, was actually in blue, whilst in the forms of Professor Rogue's check is actually orange, whilst compared to the American version is actually black. So yeah, something is a little bit weird, but anyway. So as you can see, we got ourselves the special bonus for the another Pikachu photo, but except this time he's actually riding on the ball, mainly the forms of electrodes that he's riding on. So that way you can able to get yourselves extra amount of points, and believe me, you need to able to get good results for this, because otherwise, if you don't, then you're probably not going to able to get any progressions for later on throughout the majority of the game. So either way though, ooh, what a massive explosion. And as a result, that gives me, you know, 1200 points, so I'm quite pleased about that result. And of course we got ourselves Cabana, or, again, I do apologize for that mispronunciation with certain Pokemon, as you know. So we have Magikarp right here. So we have 430 points and 800 points for a pose. And Technic, we achieved that, so awesome sauce. I'm pretty sure in order to get 100% everything in terms of Pokemon Snap, I'm pretty sure, dang it, it wasn't in the middle of the frame. Dang it. Oh well, we'll try again later on though. And of course we actually come across into Hunter right here. The size is okay, and the pose is good, and we achieved the technique and stuff like that. And also another thing as well, that the reason why that it's been took so long to able to actually get into this Let's Play in general, while we're able to do the actual Let's Play proper, is that during the past few days as well, I'm feeling slightly sick, but thankfully I'm feeling slightly better, but even then I'm not 100% yet, so don't worry, I will take some rest if I manage to able to, not knowing of what I was going to be doing for this point. So anyway though, so you'll take pictures at a good pace to make your work easier. Here's a present for you. It will come in handy for taking Pokemon pictures. And this way you're able to get yourselves the apple-shaped Pokemon food. And by doing so is by pressing the A button. So that will come in handy though, especially noticeable if you really want to take, you know, different pictures and stuff like that. And that little hint right there, that's what Professor Oak has mentioned for that little yellow letters and stuff like that. That's what I was going to be thinking of, because although originally I was going to go back onto the beach environment for the sake of this video, but let's just get this out of the way where it comes to the forms of the tunnel environments to be able to go back into that place for the second time. And because of that though, you know, with that particular yellow hint letters is what Professor Oak has mentioned, well, we do need to find that electrode at the very end of the course. And because of that though, that's what the apple Pokemon food comes into play. And that's because if you do manage to press the A button while you're not working with the camera obviously, you can able to actually toss the apples right at the forms of certain Pokemon, and that way you would be able to get yourselves a good better chance for able to take certain pictures for a certain amount of Pokemon, which even then though, that way you would be able to actually just do it just fine. Oh, you just managed to make me stop, electric bus. Jeez, no wonder why you just managed to stop there. Oh well, no big deal, but at least we can able to... was a bit too late for that part right there, but oh well, no big deal. Even though I was trying to able to actually get myself some good shots for certain Pokemon pictures, as we know, so and I suppose another thing I should probably point out as well, that tomorrow is the fact that the Mario March Day, the actual Mario Day, whatever that thing is called, is actually going to be happening tomorrow, mainly with, like, in all existence when it comes to the forms of, I would classify for saying, the actual, sale drops or something like that, when it comes to, like, the Mario 10 Day, which, as a result of that specific stuff, though, I'm very curious to see what's going to be happening next for, the Mario stuff. Although, aside from Mario Golf, Super Rush is, gonna be happening during at some point this summer for June 25th of this year, which I'm really looking forward to it, by the way, along with The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD, so that way I don't need to rely on motion controls too many times, which, although don't get me wrong, I actually enjoyed the game on the Wii version, but it's just the fact that controls-wise might take a while, or even especially noticeable, it decides to not calibrate it most of the time and can be pretty fiddly, but even then though, I still enjoy the game nonetheless, but even then I can enjoy it more on the Switch. So, anyway though, so let's go ahead and take some pictures of Diglett, along with the forms of Duck Trio, and of course we need to take some pictures of this electric bus right there by utilizing the... Oh, looks like he's gonna do something here by activating that projector screen, and you know what these little these Pokemon over there, that normally we can't take a picture of them because they do not like taking pictures and stuff. But if you try to distract them with an apple and stuff like that, that way we would be able to just... I don't think they're actually facing towards me, aren't they? Nah. Oh well. Anyway, so let's go ahead and toss the apples right at the forms of electrodes, and if you accomplish that while you exit in the camera mode, then this will actually happen. So as you can see, the electrode is being exploded, and also those rocks will start able to, well, crumble. And from here, that Todd Snap has managed to spot another new course. So yeah, there's going to be certain courses that you do utilize this with, well, most of them contains like one exit and then the other two exits. So, yeah, kind of like it reminds me like a Mario kind of game, except rather than doing with platforming, instead we're actually taking some pictures in a leniency kind of, course, as you know. So, anyway though, so let's go ahead and just bet on some more pictures of certain Pokemon, even though, let's just double check on, yeah, let's go for this Zubat right here, and of course we have another Hunter. Let's bet for this one, because I get the feeling that the size is actually a lot better. And as far as Duck Trio, yeah, let's go for this one. And, Ducklets, I suppose maybe this picture? Although I may be wrong, but then again, though, it really depending on Professor Oak's results. So, anyway, so let's go ahead and bet on this picture, and I think we should be all set. So, yeah, there are about 9 pictures. So, alright, so let's see. Pikachu, well, pretty much exactly the same special results, but except the fact that the size is actually slightly better. And the pose is pretty much exactly the same, so, yeah, definitely a much more of the improvement over the likes of the first, picture of, Pikachu on the ball. So, oh, the size is actually top-notch, and, well, same explosion, pose, little points value, and of course, we got the technique. So, yeah, I'm very pleased about that result. Alright, so Zubat. Size is meh, pose is the same. But, technique-wise, we actually achieved it this time. So, yeah, I'm quite pleased about this. Alright, so we have Magic Carp. Does this get ourselves a... Oh, okay. So, it looks like we're getting ourselves a much more of the improvement result. So, yeah, quite pleased. In fact, let me know in the comments below about the fact that, speaking of the COVID vaccine, have you got one yet? Because I'd like to hear your thoughts. Because even then though, I'm pretty sure that Jerry Mogul, she pointed out that she recently got the vaccine jab, which that seems good, because otherwise we just need to get this whole disaster thing, get it over with. Well, usually it wasn't until it gets a bit slightly longer due to delays and stuff, which don't worry though, we are getting there. We are definitely getting there, but it just takes some time. So anyway, so we have ourselves another electric burst. So let's see how size is okay, but pose is actually pretty good. And of course we got the technique, and in addition with the exact same Pokemon too. So if you get 2 Pokemons or 3 Pokemons of the exact same Pokemon image, basically you get yourselves additional more points, mainly with like Magnemite. So in this case we actually got ourselves extra amount of points. And the final results, we got 17 kinds of Pokemon and, well, ton of points as a result. So yeah, pretty awesome stuff. Todd, you found a split in a path. According to my research, that split should link to a new course that we'll go ahead and know right now. But I'm afraid for this point, Professor Oak, I think we should probably end things off here. So join me next time for more of Let's Play of Pokemon Snap. Is the fact that we are moving on to the next course, which is the Volcano. So I'll see you guys on this Thursday. Later, fellas.